Hi everyone and welcome back to Miss Kayla's Reading Corner. Today we'll be reading a book called Hedgehugs by Steve Wilson and Lucy Tapper. This was a book I received as a gift through Scholastic Reading Club when my students ordered a bunch of books. It was from the February catalog, I believe. It's sort of a Valentine's Day-ish book. And this edition of the book is only available through the school market. So, other editions of Hedgehugs with different artwork or just sort of a different setup might be available through your local bookstore. But this copy of the book is only available through Scholastic Schools. So if you really like Hedgehugs and you want to get a copy of it, I would talk to the school and get a copy of the Scholastic flyer and see if it's in there. But you might have to wait till February. But I'm sure it's available in stores as well. So let's take a look at the back of this book. Will this pair of prickly hedgehogs find a hug that feels just right? Let's find out. Hedgehugs by Steve Wilson and Lucy Tapper. Horace and Hattie are the very best of friends. They are so many things they like to do together. They like to search for four-leaf clovers in the meadow. They like to make daisy chains in the shade of old oak trees. They like to splash in puddles on the lawn. And sometimes they like to have tea parties by the river. When Horace is busy, Hattie puts on her tutu and dances in the bluebells. When Hattie is busy, Horace searches for spiders in the woods. Horace and Hattie are the very best of friends. But there's one thing they cannot do together. They cannot hug. They're just too spiky. They have tried lots of ways to hug. In the winter, they rolled around in the snow until it covered all of their quills, but the hug was too cold. That would be a very cold hug if you were wrapped around in snow. In the springtime, they found some old hollow logs. Horace and Hattie squeezed inside, but the hug was too bumpy. In the summer, they stuck strawberries on their spikes, but the hug was too sticky. In autumn, they covered their quills in crunchy, crispy leaves, but the hug was too scratchy. Poor Horace and Hattie. What do you think they're going to do? How do you think they're going to have their hug? Then one day, they found something very interesting. It's a clothesline with a basket of socks. Let's see what they do with that basket of socks. It was soft. Was it a hat? Horace decided to investigate. He wriggled and jiggled and nibbled. Then he popped out. Now he's wearing the sock like a bodysuit. Hattie thought Horace looked very funny. I think Horace looks funny too. Then she had an idea. Hattie looked at Horace, and Horace looked at Hattie. Both wearing socks. They moved closer and closer and closer until they hugged. The hug was just right. Not cold, not scratchy, not sticky, and not bumpy. It was warm and soft and cuddly and comfy. A perfect hedge hug. So the next time you see someone wearing mismatched socks, or if one of your socks goes missing, you know what it means. A hedge hug happened. Thank you for reading with us today, and tomorrow we will be reading a book called Punk Farm by Jarrett J. Korsazak. I think I probably pronounced that wrong. Let's read the back of this book. After a long day of work, Farmer Joe goes home to bed. But meanwhile, back at the barn, Cow sets up her drums, Pig plugs in his amp, Goat tunes his bass, Chicken sets up her keyboards, and Sheep checks the microphone. They are Punk Farm, and tonight they're ready to rock. Punk Farm will be tomorrow's book, so stay tuned for that video, and I'll see you next time.